We are here today because we are in the middle of a national moral crisis. These moments of crisis do not occur every day. But when they do, I believe deeply from my own faith as a Catholic that we are required to take a stand. This city stands with immigrants. This city stands with Muslims. This city stands with Syrian refugees yearning to breathe free. This city has been for years and will remain a sanctuary city. This city opposes the executive orders to halt refugee settlements and targeting cities that are trying to live up to the promise of the Statue of Liberty. Now, this issue means a lot to everyone here and to all Americans. And it means a lot to me personally. My wife, Dina, the First Lady of the city, is here with me. And as you all know, or most of you know, her family comes from the Middle East, from Jordan. And, and very proudly Arab. And 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now, we were in Jordan on a trip, family trip, and Dina and Lisa, my sister-in-law, is also here. Their cousin, Wufa, is a executive director of the Middle East Council of Churches, or something like that, which is a Christian mission organization, Orthodox Christian. And while we were there, we had the incredible experience, my sister-in-law, of driving for an entire day to a Syrian refugee camp in the summer of 2014, and we got to spend the day helping with this Christian mission and talking to Syrian refugees. As you all know, there are over 1 million Syrian refugees in Jordan alone, and many millions across the world, including, sadly and tragically, many children and others who have washed up on shores who didn't make it to where they were going. But I can tell you that they are suffering oppression and violence, and they absolutely deserve our attention and care. As I said in my op-ed today, the refusal to help Syrian refugees at this time will be viewed historically the way the refusal to help Jews during the Holocaust was.
That's right.
We have a representative, I know, from Catholic Charities here, Ted Berg, who's a great leader of Catholic Charities, is very sick personally. He's fine. I mean, he'll recover, but he's just got the flu or something, and he couldn't make it here today. But I talked to him by phone this morning, and he told me that there was, or is, a Syrian refugee family that they have an apartment ready for here in Cincinnati. And yesterday, because of this order, they were denied entry onto the plane to bring them here. And that is outrageous. And we stand with Catholic Charities and with that family, and we hope that that family will become part of our city. Not only did I marry into this Middle Eastern tradition, but on my own personal level, I was originally inspired to get into politics by participation with Jesuits in the Dominican Republic and in Guatemala, where I personally traveled on various mission trips and got to know many nuns who do the real work, frankly, and priests who take credit for it. But and met many Jesuit priests that reminded me of what Pope Francis has been saying over the last couple of days. And so this is an issue that has guided me and my commitment to public service since high school. And so this is not new for this city. The fact is that in July of 2014, 6 months into my term, we created the Immigrant-Friendly Task Force. Many members of that task force are here with us today. And leadership of that was dozens upon dozens of people who volunteered in service. It was co-chaired by Raj Chandra and Tom Fernandez. Other leaders and committee chairs include, I won't list them all, but included Ted Berg, included Marilyn Zayas Davis, who is now, of course, a judge, Santa Ono, Laxmi Samarco, and many others. And they worked for over a year and brought together the best practices of how to become the most immigrant-friendly city in America. And with the help of City Council, we adopted all of the recommendations, which include many things, but a few highlights. One is that we decided as a city to recognize the IDs issued by the Metropolitan Area Religious Coalition. I know Peg Fox and others are here, which are sponsored by Catholic Charities. And as has been reported by the media, when those IDs have been issued at Woodward High School, people have camped out to get the IDs. It's very inspirational. In addition, we started the first ever Center for New Cincinnatians, which Jill Meyer and the Chamber of Commerce have really taken the ball and run with it. It's called Compass. It's been up and running now for several months. In fact, it's right there. And the city, in the budget in June of last year, I was able to get the city to put $50,000 into the budget. I then personally, along with Jill Meyer, went and convinced Santa Ono, and I'm happy to report last Thursday or Friday, I had breakfast with Neville Pinto, the new president of University of Cincinnati, who is himself, like Santa Ono, an immigrant, and he committed to $50,000 a year and to be a board member of the organization. We also got explicit commitments from Father Graham at Xavier University and from Jerry Mearns at Northern Kentucky University. I may have gotten his first name wrong. And we have a commitment from Miami University. In addition, we have, of course, many affiliated organizations from the American Indian Association to the Japanese Cincinnati group, the Hispanic Chamber. There's too many to list, frankly. But they're all involved and excited about the work of that center. So, and of course, in September, I proudly honored Peg Fox as Humanitarian of the Year for this great work that we've been working on for a long time. So these issues aren't new to the city of Cincinnati, but because of the president's actions on Friday, the need to stand in solidarity with others is urgent and of great need.